Hey guys, so I left off last time right up here where the old turntable pit is, and I was going to continue. You can see the tracks continuing right here. The problem is, you see what it looks like right here. Well, if you cross the street, it's even worse. I don't want to show you anybody's property, but yeah, I tried getting through here. That's where the tracks continue right there. Very heavy, very thick. So what I'm gonna do instead, because I tried going through there and I couldn't, is drive up the road a couple miles to the next crossing and then work my way back, because there are a couple things in here I'd like to see, but I'm gonna have to start from up there, because not only is there brush, branches, a lot of the area between the railroad ties is washed out too, and there's just water on both sides of everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up the road a little bit and come back this way. All right, so I drove up about 2 miles and I decided to walk this way back to where I was. I could have gone to a closer crossing, I guess, but I figured why not just make it a significant walk so we can see more through here. Still raining just a little bit, but it's starting to clear. I hope it does anyway. But yeah, it's already kind of elevated on both sides of us here. There's a nail. A 41. Another 41. Might be a common theme. Let's see. Yeah, a 40. I'm not gonna be able to look at every single nail, but it's pretty wide open here. So yeah, let's keep it going and see what we can find. All right, I can't tell if it's still raining or if that's just dropping from the trees, but probably a little both, but it should be clearing out soon. Tomorrow will be a nice day, finally. Yeah, where I can see the railroad ties still, date nails everywhere. There's another one. There's a 35. What we got here? A 48. 43 or 48. I think it's a 48. Yeah, so many. Again, this is a snowmobile trail. Well, they call it a trail, recreation trail, but it's mostly used by snowmobilers. I know a few people who hike through here. So, took some nice pictures. All right, hopefully, like I said, this rain stops. I can get to where I want to go today. We got anything here? I don't see anything there. And I'm looking on the sides here for anything that might be interesting. Of course, these ties are going to be a little slick. It's a little soft in between. You got to step down. You got to be careful. Watch where you're walking. We got a 44. Nice. Oh, a lot of nails so far. All right, we got a crossing here. And that would be the power lines. Still just more of the same. Not as many date nails at this point. But yeah, it's beautiful. Here, there's actually a little path along the side of the tracks too. Makes it a little easier, because those are pretty slick right now, so that does help. You get an opportunity to do that, take it, unless it's dry. Pine needles, pretty soft walking on those. Really beautiful scenery though. Like I said, I think from the point I just was, it's only, I think it was like 2.5 miles from the road. This would be a little shorter, direct path, so it's not too bad. A mile is like, if I'm not stopping a bunch, it's probably like 15 minutes or so. So, yep, pretty nice. So you got a couple options here. All right, our first site right there. We got a mile marker. No more paint on it. I can't make anything out. So I'm not sure what that would have said. At least it's something. So look on the outside of this rail. We have Scranton 5, that would be May 1900. All right, another crossing here. I think that's Mount Whittier up ahead, so if that's the case, I'm close. There's an old barrel. Maybe I'll find another oil can. I thought that was pretty exciting to find that, and at the moment I found it, I kind of knew what it was. I just kind of blank out sometimes. But I think I put it in the description that I'm pretty sure it's an oil can. But I hadn't seen anything like that that had the Boston Main Railroad, right on it. All right, got this crossing here and this dip. So this road wasn't here at the time, I guess, because this dip's way down. How long ago did that change? Tracks are down here. The road is up probably 5 feet or so. I haven't seen any. I don't think I've seen any railroad ties, nothing like that. Couple crossings, no whistle posts. Again, I might see them on the way back. They could be on the ground or they could just be gone. You do see them here and there, but nothing yet. Boy, it looks awesome down there. Now, I believe there is a bridge. I'm going to be crossing a railroad bridge. Again, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it has the rails in it or not. So there's a bunch of date nails here. They're kind of, can't read the numbers. See a lot of the work they have to do here to clear this stuff laying across the tracks. Of course, the signage for the snowmobilers. All right, gotta be something exciting up ahead. Yeah, now we're seeing some railroad ties. And as I was approaching, I saw like 4 deer crossing here, but I was like 100 yards back that way. By the time I zoomed in, they were already crossed over. I know they saw me, but they didn't run. They just kind of slowly made their way across. That's why I said, oh, I'll see something exciting. Well, I didn't get it on camera, so there is some rail here, though. Still got some anchors attached to it. I don't know if I can read any of that. But what the condition that is in, I probably would be able to see. I just can't make anything out from here. Pretty good condition, actually, compared to what I've seen. Yep, we got it all attached. They just pull it right up like that. Some plates on those. Looking behind me because who knows what else is going to be crossing there. But yeah, I can see the elevation now changed drastically. Yeah, some seats down there. Another plate, and there's rails all through here. Yeah, so now we're finding the piles of debris. Stuff everywhere. Well, hopefully next time there's some wildlife, I'll be able to get you a video. Yeah, looks like there's some railroad ties. for some fencing, barrier. You can see the holes from the spikes. Wow, those have been there a while. Yeah, see that? I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so there's a snowmobile bridge, of course. So there's another bridge down there. That would not have been a railroad bridge. That's for snowmobiles. But yeah, look how they still all these up. Okay, use what you have, right? It's all laying out here anyway. There is a railroad bridge coming up right now. I would have seen a culvert, but you would think there would be one here because I see water on both sides, but looks like they're blocked up. Yep, definitely a bridge right here. Yeah, this water's high. Wow. It's so much rain, especially the past 24 hours. Well, I knew that the tracks here would probably be elevated, which they are. But you can see. Look at that. Nice. Got any rails in here still? Doesn't look like it. They probably put the deck right over it. Wow, look at that little beam. That thing's going all the way across. So maybe that's what used to hold this. You got the steel beams there now. Ooh, that's a little loose. Won't be leaning on that. Yeah, so at least we have a railroad bridge here. Look at that. Can't be good. Well, we have rails continuing. And it looks like we have one of those battery boxes. We have a piece of rail. We got stuff everywhere here. You can see the water coming up almost all the way through here. Yeah, look at that. Big difference between that, there's all pine needles, and now this, more green. We're coming up on that area where I said there's no way I was walking through there, because that was not going to happen. But we probably have a culvert here. Be careful now, I really can't see these ties. Kind of make them out here and there. The water's so high. Yeah, it was the other bridge I was curious about that went off the other way. So yeah, that was just, I guess that was just for snowmobilers. It's like a wall up there. We're gonna keep walking until we hit that. Just a wall of very thick brush. And that might be a section from where I left off to here that might be, maybe it's not mowed out because it's considered private, I'm not sure. I don't find signage, I wouldn't know. We'll go till we can't go. Although there are still signs here for snowmobiles, so I don't know how they would have got through here. Yeah, big difference now. There's a switch over there I saw too. I was climbing through there, but you know. What's this say? Caution? Why would that be? But look how thick that is. And I can see the road from here. So it's not much. It's maybe 100 yards or so. There's no way I'm walking through there. But this is what I'm talking about here. See what happens? that gets washed out. And when it's like that in there, you can't actually see where you're walking. Yeah, caution, railroad switch. Yep, and there's just one laying down right here. Let's look at that. But this is what I would have had to walk through, and that wasn't going to happen. Craziness. Whew. Yep, that's... Well, you have a switch. There's something else to see. Too bad, it's just laying out here. Stuff should be preserved, in my opinion. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe it was a remnants of a marker. No, because there's another stone over there. I don't know what that's all about. That's probably a private road. Wouldn't know. Walk over here. Yeah, there's no way. This is why I had to drive up the road a little bit, because this is pretty thick. There's another switch laying. It's not laying completely down like that one, but it's on its way. And I can see, I don't know if you can see through there, but that's where I would have entered, right there. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. I might continue on my vehicle going the other direction. I'm not sure that'll be today. Either way, it'll be a separate video. I don't want you guys having to sit through like a 20-30 minute video. So, yeah. Yep, so I'm continuing in Ossipee, hopefully getting to Conway. Again, you can only go so far because of Conway Scenic Railroad, but I think those tracks are cut off anyway. There's sections here and there. But, yeah, I will see you next time. Take care.